Conference, delegates, friends, it is an honor to be addressing you today for the GMB's annual conference. It is a pleasure to be among so many friends. Thank you to Gary Smith, Barbara Plant, and the team here at the GMB for extending the invitation. And thank you all for listening. I am only sorry I cannot be there with you in person. We know there is a long history of Palestine solidarity with this union, and we know also that there is a long and noble history of activism on the international causes here in this union, notably on apartheid South Africa. The struggle against apartheid took decades. The struggle for Palestinian rights is taking more than a century. It is the same struggle, a struggle against inequality, racism, and injustice, which in Palestine today means a struggle against genocide, enforced famine, mass murder, and ethnic cleansing. And it has the same remedy, the mobilization of people everywhere who cannot stomach such gross and daily violations of decency, of international law, of human rights, and of any and all laws of morality. Unity, my friends, is our strength. Unity against mass destruction. Unity against ethnic cleansing. Unity against genocide. My friends, it's really not complicated. It is precisely what you see on your phone screens every single day. People are starving. People are being slaughtered. Over 60,000 confirmed dead so far, with the actual number certain to be over 100,000 in Gaza. 50,000 children killed or maimed. 50,000 children killed or maimed. Let that sink in. Gaza is now home to the largest cohort of amputee children in the world. How is that not a daily headline? Everything is destroyed. Schools, homes, hospitals, clinics, road infrastructure, sewage infrastructure, universities, industry, even agricultural land. To borrow the language of the Genocide Convention, born in 1948, to which every country in the world is a signatory, Israel has deliberately and systematically targeted the conditions of life in Gaza. Not only that, it has told us clearly what it intends. Israeli leaders, from the Prime Minister and President on down, have been very clear that the aim of Israel's assault on Gaza is to empty the land of its people, whom they also made clear they consider less human. Intent, design, and action. You will never find a more open and shut case. This is not an assault on Palestinians only, it is an assault on humanity. This is not self-defense. It is the most naked and inhumane aggression on a specific set of people, not just this century, but since World War II. The Genocide Convention, the United Nations, the whole infrastructure of the global order erected after the horrors of World War II was established precisely to avoid such madness, such carnage from ever recurring. And yet, it is happening now again. So my friends, it seems sadly that Hannah Arendt was right. Evil is not some great monster that stalks the earth, rearing its ugly head and screaming its name out loud. Evil is the quiet bureaucracy of complicity, the complicity of silence and the silencing of dissent. It is the everyday and the mundane. It is a redrawing of moral boundaries, and above all, it is the normalization of genocide. But it's not all without hope, my friends. Today, although it has taken far too long, we are beginning to see a turning of the tides. And that is because of ordinary people who refuse to stay silent in the face of evil. First and foremost, the refusal of the Palestinian people, my people, who have remained resolute and steadfast in the face of unimaginable suffering. Their resilience is the source of our strength, of my strength and hope. It is the millions of ordinary people in the UK and around the world who have been marching in the streets every week, every day for nearly 2 years now, speaking up for the right of the Palestinian people to live safely and freely in dignity and in peace. And it is you, the labor movement, the trade unions. I am so honored to have been invited to speak to almost all trade union congresses in the last year and to witness your support. It is because of this solidarity from all the peace-loving, justice-affirming people of the world like yourselves that this just cause is surviving. And finally, the UK government has begun to take some tangible steps, both in word and in deed. It has called out Israel's aggression on the parliament floor. It has enacted a partial arms embargo, sanctioned individual settlers, including just yesterday, 2 senior extremist Israeli government ministers. It has announced the suspension of trade talks. We welcome all these steps, but we also say much more can and should be done. Because the problem is not just about a few individuals and cannot be solved with half measures. That is why we call on the UK to hold the entire ecosystem accountable, to sanction the Israeli government, impose a full arms embargo, hold war criminals accountable at the ICC and elsewhere, and recognize a state of Palestine. The time for principled action is now, and together we must demand it. So it is to you, the people, the unionists, the activists, the fundamentally decent that we turn to. It is from you that we gather strength and hope. And it is through you and your continued and tireless efforts that we will turn this around, that we will see history return to justice, that we will see humanity reassert itself. Together we will not waver, my friends. Together we will not tire, and together we will not be silenced. Unity forged in the common bonds of our shared humanity is our strength. We will not be denied. There must and there will be one day, not too distant, a free Palestine. Thank you.